Hi, my name is Kaisa, and this is my 6 week video response for this week. It is the Joy Luck Club. And after reading through some posts and reading through some responses to my posts, I have, a lot of different ideas about the story. First and foremost, I do want to touch on the fact that I haven't read this book since high school, my freshman year of high school, no less. And it was interesting reading it again because there are a lot of parts I forgot about and a lot of parts that I think just went right over my head. I actually don't really recommend this book for ninth graders. I think 14 ish is way too young to be reading this, and really to read it and to really get the depth of it. And so when I reread it this time, I just really felt so much more sympathy for these women, especially the moms, and just their experience being an immigrant in a country that could not be more different than their home country. And so I really enjoyed reading it a second time for that reason. I got the the gravity of the situation for each of these moms. I understood it a lot better this time, I think. And so I would definitely recommend it to anyone truly over the age of maybe 16 or 18. Um, not for freshmen in high school. Um, and I would recommend it to especially, people who aren't immigrants or come from immigrant families, especially white people, including myself. It's just such a good reminder of like how difficult the situation is and how hard it is to immigrate. Um, the other thing I wanted to touch on was the issue of power. And man, there is so much power or lack of power going on in this novel. More so, it feels like, than some others. Something I didn't get a chance to mention anywhere that I would like to bring up is just the power struggle between the moms and the daughters. And boy, is that relatable for me as a teacher. I mean, kids are constantly towing the line. I think of the next door neighbor who had abusive parents who would come and hang out with one of the daughters from time to time. I think of just the daughters and the moms and how the daughters would constantly push their mom's buttons, willingly or knowingly or unknowingly, right? And I guess it went both ways, right? But mostly, daughters really trying to, or not trying to, but ending up engaging in a power struggle just within the family. I think of the power between the husbands and the wives and men and women. I mean, I don't know that much about Chinese culture, but based on this book, I can really tell that it is a male dominated culture for sure, especially it seems like in recent times. And so seeing the woman, the moms, sorry about that, um, and serve their husbands. There's that power struggle as well. And then there's just the sheer inherent power of being in a country and not knowing the language, not knowing the customs. Um, and again, that kind of goes back to the power struggle between the moms and the daughters, right? Because the daughters have a leg up in that sense because they understand the language, the customs. I mean, they grew up in the country, so they really get it. And so, just continuing to think about power, and diversity and voice. These are some things that really came back to me this week. Um, Thanks for listening.